Five. Now let's hope it works.
Right. We do the fix and
Yeah,
there it
no,
goes.
no,
It
it doesn't
popped up.
work.
Yeah, it does. All right.
It works?
Yep.
Oh, good. Well, so it just makes you wonder, why was it not working yesterday? Weird.
There's still something different for sure on YouTube's part. Like they did something different, but I mean,
Yeah, as long as we got it
it's
working.
working. So
Yeah,
whatever.
what do we fucking care? Okay, so you're gonna grab that link and send it to the.
Already, yep. Already
Oh,
posted it. So
thanks.
you should start seeing people.
Okay, man, thanks. All right, so where do I go? I go over here to see that. There we go. Concurrent views, likes, one like. Hey, Ethan T, what's up, man? Victor, all right, here come the regular crowd, come shuffling in. All right, guys, appreciate you showing up. Yeah, Monday's live stream on Tuesday because we could not work. Monte Crypto, who basically runs all this for me, wasn't available yesterday. So I'm trying to figure out how something changed from the communication from YouTube to. Well, we use OBS, and I'll be damned if I could get the thing to play. Although today Monte Crypto's back, and of course the first try it works. So I don't know how you explain that.
It's scared of me.
Yeah, don't mess with the hammer. Oh, let's see. We'll start when we get to 20. We need a couple more. Guys, all right. Winning title. Yeah. Well, yeah, that'll attract them. The setups are so good, we had to wait till Tuesday. I mean, it's not bad. Good God, the market is on. It's just a terrible. At least the Dow certainly is. All news is good news now. Let's heads up. That's what we got here. Okay, so we need two more. Oh wait, one more. We're at 19. Let's get one more and we'll get her started. Boom, there it is. Okay. All right. So knowing that many people watch this after the fact, right? Not everybody can join us live. For any of you, those that are on now as well as joining, I have to show you this. Right? I only found this morning. Derek, they can see this now. Oh shit, I got to get rid of the disclaimer. Now, can you see that? Oh, maybe. I guess you can't. They can't see it. Shit, I thought I could drag in the window. I can't. Well, if I drag it in, I thought I was, but then there's a 30-second delay. Let's see if that shows up in 30 seconds.
So you probably wouldn't be able to drag it in, but you could go to press new tab on the one that you're on.
A new tab. Oh, I see what you're saying.
On your browser,
and then bring up Telegram. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I'll do it here. I don't want to disrupt any technology since we're working.
Are you on your browser with Telegram?
Yeah, but I did window, so it's grabbing the window.
Yeah. But if you have another one, just copy the
let me
URL.
see if I can. No, because it's the desktop. It's the desktop. Fuck. I just did something. Hang on.
Yeah, then you won't be able to, but it'll be all right.
Yeah, that's all right. Hang on, I just fucked everything up here. Hang on. Okay, there we go.
All right, live stream on Wednesday. No.
Okay, hang on, I just fucked everything up. Okay, there we go. All right, we're back. Yeah, we just almost had the live stream on Wednesday. Tuesday's live stream on Wednesday. All right, guys. All right, enough talking. Let me get started here. Okay, so fuck, I lost the OBS. Yeah, you've got the chart up. Okay, I think I'm good here. I've got. Where's the? There we go. Okay. All right. So first up, I've got. I just asked Monte Crypto if he knows how to pronounce this. It's member. We don't know if it's Valet or Valley. It's VALLE. So member VALLE, Valet, Vale. I don't know, but I've run into that before, right? So send me a DM. Help me pronounce it. So he's given us Zilliqa here. We're seeing this across many coins here, questioning, okay, well, now this is a little bit actually cleaner than Bitcoin's is, but on the 4 hour here, and I think that's what you gave me, Valet, I'm going to call it Valet. I've got an impulse, I've got a clear 2, and then I've got what appears to be a very good start on a leading diag. So the implication would be 1, 2. Now, so he's got these in the same color. So let's change that color so we can distinguish between the two. Certainly possible that we're going to have some sort of a, what would we have? We wouldn't have a flat, really. We'd have an impulse, a 3, and then does this turn into an ending diag? Well, then what are you calling it? It's not quite a flat, because a flat needs a 3. I suppose you could turn this into a 3. Oh, it's, that's a little bit of a force fic to accommodate the market here, which sometimes, right, you have to do it. But as it sits right now, let's pull out to an 8, because this looks a little more promising when we get out a little bit. If this is 1, well, let's put this one in a brighter green. Okay, if it's 1, 2, well, if we're going to go 3, 4, 5, right, this actually makes pretty good sense. All of this would go way over here. If we're going to get a true 3, right? Now, is it 1 leading diag? Now, the one thing we'll note here, ideally you'd have an expanding, but we don't, right? We have a contracting. Now, that could change, right? But if we change, right, we get a big kicker here. Now you're losing that nice proportion here. Let's just double check here. How are we on 1 to 3? Looks like we're short, right? So you're now expecting this to fail here. And it's for the extension in 1, 3 shorter than 1, 5 shorter than 3. If we're going to pop this algo here, which is just straight swing, golden zone, right? Now, if we're going to get that, boy, you have a perfect setup here. Right now, if you're thinking corrective, i.e., this is all just corrective, then you got a problem over here. For this to play as an A, B, C. Oh, fuck, I suppose you could do it. You could do it this way. We could stay with a 5, 3, 5. Excuse me, right? So this fairly significant here. If we get this, right now, first, let's get it, right? We don't have it. Oh, let's take you up to 2. Put you white, right? So if we get that, well, how are you going to know? Well, you're not going to know until we see what happens on the retrace. There's really no way to have any conviction into what it is other than your own bias on the entire space. I mean, now you put it in context, pretty harsh fall. We went below these lows. So it's a long. So the other thing, right? Often I'll just do it this way and say, okay, where's the base of support? Okay, so we've tickled the top of it. Okay, we got a little break. Now we're back to visit at a golden zone. Oh, I'd want to check, right? Just for pattern reliability, right? We're always looking for, if we're going to get a diag start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3, we want a 50. It's 50 to the tick. Right, so it makes you think, oh, well, the diag is a high probability, right? Again, assuming we don't fall over here. But if we're going to go up and do that, well, then you start to really think, well, okay, I got a good shot here, because what's really happening here, if we go up, if we complete this, then the high probability they're going to want to test it, right? You're going to test that, because then you've got a completed leading, well, you've got a diag, right? Not a leading, but you've got a diag. So now you're going to expect 1, 2, 3. Come back here. You got a high volume node down here. Let's test it, right? Do a bunch of sellers come in here to dump it? Or is that the setup? Because if so, this is one to be really paying attention to. I mean, I would absolutely be interested down here. Absolutely, right? So I'll take this off. I mean, why would you not be interested? When I say that, it's not that I'm suggesting, oh, you're a fucking guaranteed winner here. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, oh, I've got a pattern here that would make sense given the extreme sell-off. Fuck, what do we go to? 0.028 cents here. So if we're going to dig out of the hole, and this is actually going to be a contender, which is pretty strong fundamentals here, I wouldn't bet against it, which is kind of what you're doing. Right? If you think this is an ABC and we're going lower, well, how much lower can we go? Right? You're basically saying Zilliqa is not going to survive. I mean, 0. Well, I guess at this scale here, 0's. Oh, we're at 2 cents here. Well, you got a couple of cents to work with. But I think if you're bullish on the space, why would you not take a swing here? Low risk. No, I mean, we don't know. I mean, if you're buying here at the golden zone, maybe you get a good looking 3 to come down here. Very low risk, right? You got 707. You don't have to load the boat here, because if this is going to go 1, 2, well, what's coming out of that? Well, we need another 1. We need another 1. You need another 2. If you want to be more conservative, take the 1, 2 after you get this to confirm, right? Oh, now what comes? Because what's the alternate, right? That it does this. Oh, this is corrective, and we've just got a big corrective structure here. We come up, we double top, right? You can see how that could play. Well, what's your assumption then? Well, your assumption is that we're going to do that. Well, if this is an ABC, how much farther can we go? Right? That kind of implies that we're heading below 2 cents. We're heading down towards a cent, because even if this was a 4 and we were correcting a 4, well, right? Where's 0? I'd be paying attention to where 0 is. So just off of that alone, it seems to me this would be a reasonable spot to pursue a long here. Now, again, we don't know what the correction looks like, how tight it is, how technical it is, but I'd be interested down here. So that's a good setup. So that's one for the watch list, right? There's no reason not to, keep an eye on that, right? Now, of course, so why wouldn't you? Well, maybe you've got something you like better. But this would be on my, because it needs more things to happen, this would be on my B watch list, where I would just say, oh, okay, a lot of shit has to happen. I got to get an upswing and I got to get 3 down. But if I get that, I don't want to lose track of it. So this is in the green bananas section of watch lists. But it's a good looking start to a setup here. Now this would help, right? It'd be nice if we didn't lose that golden zone. Wouldn't necessarily kill it. You could go 707, but you don't want to lose this pivot. So the other thought is just put a, if this is going to break down, we're going to break down right here. Right? You've got the clear, I mean, this is almost a little bit of a stretch, but you've got the clear 3 here. If you don't get the 3 here and we're coming down, well, the whole thing starts to break down a little bit. I think this is a force fit, right? What have you got there? Triple top. To me, that would just say we're not ready for the next bull run yet. I wouldn't be a buyer down here. I'd wait for that whole process to start again. Okay, give me a 5. I didn't get it here. I don't think we're going to do 5 down, but if we're going to come down here and revisit the support down here, okay, then I'd wait. I'd wait for that to happen and another 5 to lead me out of here. Because the other possibility here is we're just going to stagnate. We're going to go sideways for a while. Can't eliminate that. We go out to a daily. Doesn't look quite so bad. Oh, come here. All right, we're going to go sideways for a while. When did we kick here? Is that that's not the COVID low at all, right? That's somewhere in 22, right? That's a pretty big. Jesus, what the hell was that about? That was a pretty good rip. Talk about a pump and a dump all the way to and through. What was that about? Jeez, I'm out to the daily. Let's get to a 3-day. What was that about? Shit, I can't remember. I mean, so there's putting in that low in February all the way up to the prior highs. Wow. Interesting. Let's go to log scale. Well, you really get a different look at it here, don't you? Right? That's the reason you got to look at these. So let's consider. Well, let's just look at this here. I might have to rethink this here in log. I love this. Doesn't look like you can quite get that. Looks like you can get a C there. So this looks like an A. Well, if I could keep it simple. Just out of curiosity here. I mean, there you go. Now I put it in log scale, and it starts to look a little bit different. You could see now, if we're going to come lower, you could see why we might. God, we're getting down to a penny and a third. Well, that's the reason to come down here and look at this. And now, do we in this range here? We don't have the necessary range here. Well, fuck you. Actually, I guess you could, right? From 3 cents to 20 cents. That's certainly enough to look at it in log. Really changes it. So there's a pretty good example of why you got to look at both. Down here, you're looking at 2 cents to 3 cents, and it looks like, oh my God, there's barely moving here, but the percentage moves are pretty reasonable. So all the more here, I would let this, I'd want to see that finish the 5, right? And give me that good 5. Give me that last kick up here. But say I wouldn't change my conclusion here. It's not ripe yet, but if it gets ripe here and we don't roll over here and this just ends up being a corrective structure, fuck, look at what we came from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'd just set some alerts. I'd set some alerts down here, set some alerts on the break of this pivot here, and just kind of keep it on your B watch list, waiting. All right, thanks for that.
Zilliqa News was I guess they started something called Metapolis, I guess, a metaverse as a service platform.
Mm-hmm.
And it just pumped leading into that. So
yeah, well, they sure gave it back. Right, there's the classic pump and dump. So that, I mean, I see a thing. Actually, this gives crypto a bad name, right? Now, of course, if you caught the run, you love crypto, right? But if you were late to the party, which is where most are going to come into it, right? What happened to them? I'd like to see that pump and dump be less common in crypto. I think we all would appreciate that, because that's really all that happened there. Okay, let me keep moving here. I got Frayed 57. Man, he's all over Sonos again. So let's see what he's thinking here. So we're back to Sonos. I'm thinking this is either something he just likes to trade, or he's got a position here. Let's see something. Well, let's see if I can do it. Well, you gave me 2 here, so let me try this one. First link you gave me on Sonos didn't work, but maybe I can bring it up here by just typing it in, because now I have your feed. Okay, so let's just type this in. So there's VT. So I've got both of yours here. So let me go to a third. See if I can get... Okay, so this is what you've got here. So let me go to... Oh, fuck. Sonos. There it is. I don't know what you're giving me, Frayed. Let's go to a 4. I don't know if this is your work, right? It looks like we don't have an Elliott count on this, and usually you would. Let's go to a daily here. We just had the earnings, right? So the market didn't like the earnings. Fairly big gap there. I don't know, Frayed. I think my guess is this is not complete. Well, here we can look at it. So let's leave the 200 on. I'm going to take these off. I'll leave the 50 on. Okay, so we got so here's very typical, traditional. All right, if you just opened up a book on technical analysis, right, you're probably going to put a 50 and a 200 on it, maybe a 100. So let's just do it here. So let's just do it on the daily. All right, so we can see, okay, market certainly reacted negatively, and we've left behind a pretty big gap. So looks like, you know, I'm not in log scale. We're to and through the golden zone. So if I went to platinum, okay, we're already through the 707. We pivoted here, so well, there's no way around. Let's see what our range is here. 6 to 40. I don't know that log's going to make it look any better. Yeah, my guess is here in log, you'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and the extension's in the 5th to complete, rather than 1, 2, and try and squeeze the 3, 4 in here. All little things that you spot here, right, that don't happen randomly. So we've got have to do it as a diag. Well, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. That's not great looking. And that reaction looks like it's technical. All right, so we're in between. Let's go back one to see if that hit the 50. This one's a little much. All the way, there's a 50. Probably this is WXY, X, A, B, C. So it looks like, well, okay. So can we simplify it? Does it really matter here what we're doing? I don't know. I don't know that it does. Right? I got a swing. I got a correction. Right? If you can, right? Always, always, always better to simplify. Okay, so we're exactly halfway through after a negative reaction here. Is there anything on this chart that suggests time to be a buyer? Well, this is a dangerous tendency, right? So we're at the 50. You've had this extreme gap here, so we have I mean, literally in your face, can't miss the gap. So your thinking is, well, okay, it's going to fill that gap. Well, okay, but how long did look here? How long did it take before they filled that gap? Right, it can take a while for these to fill, and of course in equities, we always leave little gaps here, but that's a gap that's big enough that you can anticipate at some point that's likely to get filled. Right, that's going to get filled. It's like we're looking at a continuous contract here so this would just be a fair value gap, right? Or we have that gap between the two. So you think of it the same way. So we're coming back to not necessarily demand, but you have potential support, prior resistance becoming support, right? Again, making that distinction between demand and support, right? Two totally different things. Now you can have demand at support and you can have support at a demand zone, but we do not have that here. All right, so where would you be looking for, let's just call it demand. Oh, fuck, probably somewhere down in that area here. I don't know if it's worth digging into that. So might imply we're coming down towards the golden zone. This, I made a log scale, so I can't do it. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? Lower low. I mean, it's just a series of lower lows, lower highs. So we're here at a 50, right? So it's really tempting, right? This is something early on in my career. This used to be like, I would just buy them. Oh, fuck, we're at a 50. I'd just buy it. And I wish that it were that easy. Now, we could turn here, right? I mean, there's going to be an algo target up here, right? You could, but wouldn't it just make sense, right? So with capital preservation being our number one goal, why on earth would you buy that? Right? You're anticipating it's overdone here. Fuck, do I have anything below? Okay, we got an RSI down here. I got an OBV. It didn't show up for some reason. I got an RSI that's not quite there yet. So you're just counting on this reacting just off of that indicator. Okay, well, it's prone to doing that. But if you've looked at enough RSI charts here, they can stay oversold, overbought, right? Which is why that is dangerous language to use. Something up with your OBV here. Is that enough to say? I wouldn't go near that. Okay, so this is kind of the market structure, right? Or just basic price action. We've got a relentless series of lower lows, lower highs. Now, I do get a change of character here. Note that. I do get a change of character here, right here. Right, so lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, up, change of character. But look what follows it. Right, so what happened here? Right, so this is always a good idea to do this and kind of go through your chart and think, okay, can I really read what happened, right? So before you can get some insight into what's likely to happen, let's analyze what happened. You start to see, so is this a market that's prone to these pivots getting run for liquidity? Right? You think of it that way, right? So in the SMC space or in FX, right? This often it's the wicked market maker, right? It's always the bad guy. Well, the bad guy, the market maker, he doesn't give a flying fuck about your stop, really. He's just trying to hedge his book, right? Now, if that means, right now, it's a little bit different in Forex, right, where they can widen gaps and they'll fuck you when they can. But you don't want to think of it as necessarily, oh, the evil market maker is up there, he's going to run my stops, right? It's if you could, right? It's just, you got to think who has the muscle to do that, right? So so first look at the chart and say, okay, where are the stops likely to be? Where are they likely to be? Well, we've talked about this enough, right? They're going to be every pivot. And I mean every pivot is a location for stops because there's somebody who's on the other side of it had to find a spot to put a pivot. And what are we all told, right? You put a pivot under the stop. And I'm not saying that's not the right way to approach it because the premise always is if they can't get it, so we're here, if they're going to retrace to go get stops there, if they can't get them, right, we're going to fall. right? But you can look at this and say, okay, what happened here? Why did it stop there? Well, it looks a little too deep for a measured move. Looks like we went too far, right? We did. So it's not a measured move. It just looks like an ABC, right? It's a 3 that corrects. But did they run the stops here? Yeah, probably. Now here's a different example. Here's where you can use it to your advantage. Okay, we got to here. Now you know there's a bunch of stops up there. If they can't get it, right? That's the difference, right? So it would be the same thing here, which is why a 2. Right? I went off on this on. Didn't really intend to, but just would, often I start with no agenda. It's just what comes into my head. It would be the same thing here. So is it reasonable to think that they just ran stops here? Right? We got negative news. The market sells off, right? So if you were going into that earnings report, what are you thinking? You're thinking, oh, hey, I got an impulse, right? So I'm gonna expect a 3, and I'm gonna be looking good because I got this little 5 here. This would be a good example of why I'm not saying don't do it, but it's very high risk to trade into earnings because you don't know which way it's going to go or how the market reacts, because often bad news is good news and often good news is bad news, right? So it's just, I don't, right, unless I really like something or have a feel for something, I don't trade into earnings, right? It's why, right? Again, you're making yourself vulnerable to something you can't control, how the market reacts to information you can't respond to. Right, you're setting yourself up for trouble there. So when it's sitting here and you're like me, right? If it's down, I want to buy it. If it's up, I want to sell it. So okay, well, give me something. This would have been a start. Oh, I got a 5 and I had to change a character. That's a start on it. But oh boy, I'm glad I didn't buy it. So we got to start all over again. Well, okay, well this is a bit of a problem, right? Because that's a pretty good looking impulse. How are we going to fit that in? So what would you be thinking right now? If you're an LAtician, you're going, what the fuck have I got here? What am I going to do with that? Well, right now you could probably talk yourself into. Geez, right? Do you have anything here? That's just going to be a problem. Maybe you're working some sort of A expanding B and you're going to go up for a C, but this looks pretty ugly to me. And plus you've got a 5 that came down here. So this is just a giant disappointment is what it is. This looked like, right? So I can see why, I don't know if Fred is trading this or if he's just in it. But that's a, boy, if that was there and you didn't have earnings, I can really see why you might have been interested down here at the golden zone, right? Or even anywhere in this range down here. Okay, let's allow for a deep 2. I'd be interested there, but this now that's all blown up. Whew, that's going to be interesting to see how that resolves. I might maybe Fred will put this up next week, right? So we got 5 followed by 5 followed by just a straight down. I don't know that I have a count. So you can't really get a count on this until we see what comes next. That's a 5 too, right? You got a 5 that finishes with a 5 that leads with a 5 that breaks the low, right? So this is, right, anyone watching here knows this, right? This is the power of the 1-2 because this is never, unlike a B, which can expand beyond the pivot, the 1-2 is, right? That's what I was alluding to in that video, right? If this is an A, well, I can expand the B, and this could still go higher as a C. Excuse me, guys. We're kind of stuck here. We need more information. So I'm afraid I would just be on hold here until, I'm on a daily 5, 5, 5. I don't know what's coming next, but doesn't look particularly good at this moment in time. Let's just out of curiosity. That's a 5. Well, can you even get that into a 3? I don't think you can. You're stuck with that 5. That's a pretty good looking 5. A. That looks like a 5. If we drop any lower, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on the watch list, but on the hold, right? So this would go to watch list number C, right? I'm interested, but nothing's even there. I need more information. Okay, so Fred, I know you gave me VT too. Oh, sorry, guys. Oh. I don't know anybody who has allergies as bad as I do. We are actively pursuing another residence outside of the state of Texas. I can't take it anymore. All right, so what do I got here? You gave me 2 counts in folder bottom left. Okay, sorry to be digressing here. Okay, so let's go here. The bottom is in. Okay, so let's do bottom is in and the possible lower. So COVID low, I guess we're gonna have to go with a 5 there. Well, that's not the prettiest I've seen. What are we gonna? That's all the history we have here. Well, this is kind of annoying, right? So you got to go with an impulse, right? It's just too big not to. But it sure does change it at a log scale. I always like to do this just to kind of frame my initial range, which has already been broken repeatedly down here. Now we're going down again. So really, if I want the absolute low, I'd have to do it here. From 28 to less than a penny, yeah, you got to go to log. You got to look at it that way. But boy, this really changes. But we're kind of stuck with it. So in log, right, if we just, no, come here. Get on there. Get our log pull. Oh, I got all your stuff here. There's 50 to the tick. So really what you're doing now is saying, okay, what else is here? Is there something else I can see that might, so, all right, it's corrective. All right, shift maybe a little too much. Modified, okay, we got it essentially, right? So you guys know that we've just got a channel here. So we could draw a larger channel, same way, right? It's all a modified shift is. All right, so we've got that channel. So we got a little intersection down here. Now another pretty good example here of prior resistance becoming support, resistance, breaks, back to check it, checking again, right? Not demand, potential support. Okay, so let's go to a 4 hour. Let's see what Fred is thinking here. Well, we're going to see this across so much of crypto, right? Are these leading diags that are going in? All right, this is actually a little cleaner than Bitcoin, right? And he knows, right? He's looking for the 4 at the 50, right? He's already got it teed up for us. So he knows to look for that. So we go A, B, C, right? Okay, 1, 2. Well, just out of curiosity, how did the 1, 2 look? If that's going to hold as the 1, 2, oh shit, I got to get mine up here. Okay, so we went for a possible 3 right into the 1, 6, 1, 8, 1, 7, 5, right? So good, makes you think, okay, well, it's a good candidate for the 3, right? Could it be a C? Yeah, could. 1, 2, but that gives you a little more conviction because more typically a C is going to go 100, 1, 2, 7, 3, 8, right? To go here, now you're thinking, okay, I got a good 3. But where's the next trade, right? It's not, would you want to short it here? See, be careful with that because you're thinking, oh, I hit the 3, so it's going to go to the 50, so I'm just going to short it. Well, okay, right, that's true, but where's the trend? Right? Are you trying to play just every swing structure here? Oh, I'm going to short. So you short it. And then what are we looking for? We're looking for a B. Oh, fuck. Now I'm going to long it. Oh, shit. Wait, now, so when I do that, right, keep in mind, the market has no obligation to do anything ever. Right? It's going to do what it's going to do. All we're doing is just trying to say, well, these are patterns that have been proven to repeat by the billions of times these patterns have repeated. Probably hundreds of billions, if not trillions, if you went down to every 1 minute chart. I mean, trillions of times. And these patterns repeat. That's if they didn't, we'd be just in here. This would be just an exercise in absolute futility. I mean, how many times have I showed a wave 3 going to the 1, 6, 1, 8, 1, 7, 5? How long have we been doing this, Monty? 5 years? Probably 100,000 times I've shown that. So is it prone to repeat? Yeah, it's prone to repeat. So if it's prone to go to the 50, why aren't I shorting here? Well, you might, but you would need to have some sort of a setup here. So at this point in time, okay, well, we're looking for a 3. So if I wanted to short this, remember our purple belts, right? We only let them trade 3s and Cs. Okay, I'll take the C. Well, now how do you want to approach it? Right now, this is actually something we were talking about in the day trading room. So one thought is you could just stay with that and say, okay, well, if it breaks the structure here, right? So I'd get a change of character. If it breaks here, oh, I'm going to take that. All right, you say, okay, I'm going to short it here. Oh, jeez. Well, that'll work. Oh, I can barely see that. If I do, yeah, there we go. That's my color, so I can see it better up here. So I say, okay, well, if I'm going to take that on the break here, what's my target? 50. Okay, so I got 1.3 to 1. Now, is that good enough for you? Well, there's a lot of successful traders that can do a 1.5 to 1, but at 1 point, you ideally at least 2 to 1, right? If you're swing trading, I'd tell you on a 4 hour, I'd be going for 4 to 1, or pardon me, excuse me, a minimum of 3 to 1. All right, bringing you all the way back down. So is it worth the risk here? Well, then you may say, oh no, I'm going to take this, right? So my stop would be here. Well, that may be a little better. Right, so now what are you trying to do? Right, so this is the counter argument. Oh, if I'm going right to the golden zone here, we know, right, it could go higher and still be up. We could have an A expand the B and come down to C, right? So that's why a 1-2 is always a better trade, right? Because you can't go below that. So you sit here and say, okay, well, I would take it, but I'm only going to give it to the 786. My target is the 50. Well, so now we're kind of back to what I was talking about last week. Or, well, many times, right? Just the idea being, I want to sell as close as I possibly can to where I'm wrong, right? And I'm assuming everybody understands why, right? The risk is lower, the return is greater. But now you gotta recognize here what that means. I gotta sell it when it's going up. Now you want to wait. So every tick that it goes lower, my potential reward is decreasing. My potential risk is increasing. Right, it's the trade-off we all make, right? Because then you're going, oh, it's looking good. Oh, okay. So then this happens. Now, would at that moment in time have we invalidated the potential B wave? No. Nope. So what is the novice going to do here now? Right, you can almost see, right? They're gonna buy the breakout. Right, so we get this. Okay? So just look at that, right? Would that make sense, right, to be a buyer here? Well, I'm not saying it couldn't do that, but just as I look at that I wouldn't do it just for the potential here. Well, what happened the last couple of times it got here? Now, if it's going to go, okay. It went. I got some sort of a very shallow 4. Okay, right? So a pattern that is much more recognizable, which would be this, didn't happen. Right? Market is not obligated to do anything ever. It'll do what it wants to do. So, but my point being here, if it does this is not where you go, oh fuck, I have time to buy it. Right? I'm going to buy the breakout, because I fucking promise you, if you do that, it'll come back down here and you'll get your 50. And then you'll be back going, oh, but so we had an expanded B wave here, went just a little bit behind that, because a B wave can do that. It went right into all that structure. And what would you anticipate likely happened here, right? If we got that, what's happening? All the retail traders that put their stop right there just got pinged, right? Their first thought was, oh, breakout. They got to cover. So, the reality of that is just fucking annoying, right? Because you're like, God damn, man, I want to trade. I want to get it. Okay, let's get that action here. It's coming down. Oh, I got higher highs, higher lows. You got to wait, right? Patience is your absolute best friend. Now, granted, there are times when that's going to rocket off and you're going to go, motherfucker, I should have just taken it. I should have gone with my instinct was to buy the breakout. And again, you learn from me or you let the market teach you. I am much, much less expensive. I promise you, if you do it and you get away with it, you'll do it the next time. It's not how the market works. It's just not, right? You're going to get away with it. You will absolutely get away with it sometimes, right? Market has to, breakouts have to happen. They must happen or we go sideways forever. So you know, the argument, well, fuck man, everything breaks out at some point. Yeah, exactly right. But we're in the trading game. This is about recognizing where opportunity exists and getting into the market with as little potential damage to our account being created by ourselves as possible. Because most of the damage we do, it's all self-inflicted wounds, right? If you were really disciplined, you know, so it's one of the reasons that I have guys do this, right? Because I want them to teach it back to me. If you want to learn something, it would be like doing a live stream here and having people watch over your shoulder as you trade. If people are watching you, you're not going to do that. Particularly if you teach people not to do it. What are you going to do? Well, don't listen to what I say. Right? Just here, I'm going to do it, even though I've told you all not to. Right? You wouldn't. Which is why I want people teaching this back to us. Because would you? Are you going to buy that? You risk the runner running away. But do you really? If it did that, have you missed the entire fucking thing? Have you? Or what are you anticipating next? At some point, right? The people that caught this, the retail got lucky on that one. They got it, right? It broke for whatever reason. Some news hit. It's going to happen, right? So that hits. What are you expecting? What's most probable? Not inevitable. What's most probable? Okay, so maybe the short-term swing trader got that move. Maybe don't think about what other people are doing. Get that out of your head at all times. I don't care what anybody else is doing. One of the reasons I don't like to look at other Elliott counts, right, of other people, other educators, because I don't want it to influence my thinking. Which has always been my goal with Trade Devils, to get to people where you don't need anyone's counsel, because you know, right? You've either seen it enough, right? In my case, I've made every mistake there is to make, so I know not to make them. I just try to pass that on. Or you're gonna let the market teach you is a very expensive way to learn. That's how I learned. Right, because I was a stubborn, a bit arrogant, thought I knew better, thought I was smarter. Boy, the market has a way of humbling you severely if you come in here thinking, I got this figured out. What's your number one goal at all times, right? Capital preservation. So why put yourself in a position to where you can get hurt? Let it go. Let it go. Did you miss the whole ride? Is it going to go straight up for the next 3 years? Probably not. Did you miss the whole thing? Oh, fuck, I missed it, right? So it depends on how you're looking at it. If you're looking at it on a 15-minute, oh, fuck, I missed the whole thing. Pull back to a daily. Did you really miss it? Or did you just get the setup for now what is likely to be the bigger wave? 1, 2, want to be a purple belt. All you get to trade are C's and 3s. That's it. We limit you to that for a very specific reason. We don't just do that to be difficult. Good stuff, Fred. Appreciate those. VET on the watch list, right? That would be on my B list, right? We need a little bit more to happen, but boy, I don't want to miss that when that retraces, right? Assuming it does, right? Not. Okay, good stuff. All right, James M. Always a regular contributor. What are you thinking? We got ETH. Okay. He and I have been watching this one. We've got the same count, so I'm curious if he's changed it. Okay, I got bottom left. I really dislike the second wave 2 of the 5th. Okay, bottom left. Okay, he really dislikes this. Oh, fuck me. Come here. Okay. Oh, I know why. I got to make a copy. All right. Strong words from James M. I really dislike this. This is what I think he means, wave 2 of the 5th, right? Because it looks like a 5, right? So I can see. Well, what are you hating? You're hating on the expanded B? Yeah, I get it. Well, okay. This is what a great example. All right. So last week, video, what I was talking about was the power of the 2. All right. So what's the risk, right? If you think that that's 1, 2, and you get here, right? Well, you're thinking, oh, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? That's what you might have been thinking, right? So, oh, fuck, fire. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, I'm retracing. Oh, I'm going to get another 1, 2. Well, it turns out not to be the case, right? When did we confirm that? Right here, right? Oh, it's not going to be that. Can't be one, right? Do you understand why? Right? It can't be 1, 2, right? Ever, under any circumstance, there is no accommodation for that, period, if you're an Elliott Wave trader. That is probably the most dominant rule of all. There's plenty of times where I've accommodated a little overlap on a 4, but a 2 overlapping a 1, there is no accommodating that ever under any circumstances. So what happens here? I get an expanded B, which kind of blows the longs up, because where were their stops? Right there. That's where well, there certainly was liquidity there. How do we know? How do we know what happened there? Because what happened after they got all those stops? That's what a stop run looks like. Oh, I'm going to get all the people who thought it was a 1, 2, and what does this end up being? A 2. What do we want to trade? The 3. Now, hindsight trading, right? I recognize that, right? And I try and be cognizant of if and when I'm doing it here. But that's why I try and show you this and say, okay, what are you thinking here? You're thinking 1, 2, 1, because would you be thinking 3 there? 1, 2, 3? No. Would you be thinking B? Well, it's a little, maybe, right? Because okay, I got a little, what is that, right? I'm on a 4 hour, right? Is that really this? You could probably talk yourself into, oh shit, okay, well, looks like maybe I got a 1, 2 here. This is a 3. I'm going to get this choppy shit, but oh, here, is this the 1, 2? Oh, it got a little problematic here. Oh, maybe I'm going to die. Now here, this is what we do, right? So then you go 1, 2, oh, okay, it's going to be a diag. I see it. It's going to be a leading diag, right? So this is the hopium starts to kick in. Oh, little overlap. Oh, okay. Well, okay. What 3's longer than 2? 1, the 2. Okay, I'm going to get a leading diag, right? Now, then at this moment in time, when that's no longer an option, are you still in the trade? It's not an option here. So what are the possibilities here? So now you're just doing process of elimination. Well, if it's not that, what can it be? Could that be an ABC? Look how tricky this is. We got to do this as the first 1. 2. Oh, shit. I suppose you could have been thinking, well, let's see, James. You probably got this as an alternate. I suppose you could have been thinking this. You could have been thinking ABC into a 1, 2, ABC into a 3, down for the 4, and we're up for the 5. But too much comes off of it. So if you had been thinking that, you probably, oh, geez, now I'm curious. Okay. So now, if you were thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which, fuck, I think I have that as an alternate. Okay, you'd be thinking, if that's the 3, oh, golden zone. Well, James, I wish I had you on the horn here to see what you were thinking when you did that. One, because you could have been thinking 3, 4, oh, 1, 2, 3. We've got our leading diag. 3 longer than 1, 5 longer than 3. Well, fuck, it still could be. Could be that. So it makes it tricky, right? We don't know until it's done, right? We're constantly, if you're trader, doesn't matter if you're Elliott Wave or not. You're always, your brain is filling in the space, the unfilled space with what you want to see. So when that doesn't start, it's a process, right? We've all been through this, right? I'm sure you guys can relate to this. So when your brain fills it in, so what you're seeing in your mind's eye is that. Now, so when that doesn't start to happen, then you start to rationalize. Then you start going, oh, okay, well, see, I've got it wrong. Okay, so, but since my bias is still higher, I'm going to start to figure out how it can still be bullish. Right? That's what we start to do. Rather than go, okay, I was wrong, let's just get the fuck out. Right, and then reevaluate rather than here. This is again, I get sob stories all the time, and this is a very common one. Well, I knew I should have gotten out, but then, boy, I didn't want to get stopped out, and I didn't want to take the loser, and then I just figured I would just hold, and then now I'm out of money. Now I can't do anything new, right? Because I'm so underwater here. When all you had to do was recognize your own bias. You're filling in the blank there. In your mind's eye, you're seeing it, and then you're rationalizing. It's like, what are the 5 stages of grief, right? Oh fuck, no, it's not happening. First we have denial, right? Then you're angry, right? This is exactly the same thing happens. Then you're fuck, and now you're pissed off. God damn it. Then do not trade in that state, because now you're revenge trading, motherfuckers. I'm going to get them, right? Because it's always, there's a them, the invisible them. I'm going to get those motherfuckers. I've said it myself. Fuck, I probably said it this morning when I was day trading the S&P. You got to be careful about that. It's just human nature, but recognize it when you go to reach to make that buy, because that's what you'll do. The market will start coming down. God damn it, I know that thing's going higher because I've already filled that in my mind's eye. I'm going to buy it. Fuck. God damn it. Oh. Right, the compounding of mistakes, right? And there's probably no one on this live stream who hasn't been through that process. Where does it all start? Not just taking just getting out. It didn't happen the way you anticipated it. So why are you still there? So much less expensive. Just get out, get to the sidelines. Okay, let's reevaluate. If I was looking at it with fresh eyes at this moment in time, which is how you want to try and do it, if you can, right? It's easier to say than do it, than say it than be done doing it. Would I take the same trade right now? Do I like it as much? Maybe I like it even more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So here, I got sidetracked there. All right, let's come back to where I left off here. 1, 2, 3. Here's the big 3. Oh, we're doing a little double tap. Okay, that works. 3, 4. Yeah, I have the same thing. So we go. That's the 3. There's the 4. Here's the 2 he doesn't like, but he's right. Right. It does play pretty well. So I've got 1, 2. 3, 4, 5 of 3. Why do we not like this? So the possibility here, we've got one more leg up. So we're going to go from this 4. We're looking for this 5 to intersection of the channel. Pretty good spot. So how are we going to get there? Ooh. Well, so what I see looking at that is maybe a little bullish bias here, which is, okay, so now you're thinking 1, 2. Oh, I'm going to do another 1, 2. Right now I'm going to get the 3. Yeah, it plays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's solid. 4 and it's not perfect, right? So you wouldn't pick it. Well, so the other thought is that possibly you've got a diag here. Oh, fuck, here, wait a second. We do it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be. So we'd have an expanding diag, which is, it's not like it doesn't happen. It's not what you'd anticipate. You'd want an ending diag there to complete that. Oh, let's see. That'd be expanding diag. Well, I suppose there's the alternate, James, here is that if we had an expanding diag as this, if this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's what we'd have as a leading diag coming out of this. I suppose there's no reason to eliminate the possibility that we get a leading diag and we're going to have a big kicker in the 5th. Now, what would make you hesitant to think that? Well, we've got the merge coming up, right, pretty soon. Fuck. I saw the date and I can't remember. I had it on the tip of my tongue yesterday. I saw the date. Monty might know. When we have the merge, right? So there's a very, very real possibility that we get a buy the rumor, sell the fact, right? I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we saw. So is there a trade here in Ethereum? Fuck. Jesus, I gotta get to the point here. 1, 2, 3. So let's get the whole thing put together. Best news is here we've got a really nice looking move off the low. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we done? Well, one other thing I would do just to look for confluence factors. If that's the 4. All right, we got through the 100. We're kind of in that zone here. All right, I'd be watching for, here's the last pivot low. How are we going to do up here? Is this a real can? Now, if we start to come down to the 618, where you'd have structure, note you see the structure there, right? Not demand necessarily, but potentially prior resistance becomes the support. if you're going that deep, now it's less, it's not that it couldn't be a 4, it's just less likely to be the 4, right? You want the 4 to be a little bit higher, right, for a clean count, right? Doesn't mean it couldn't be, but it's just I like the trade less. If we're going deeper for the 4, we say, well, why does it fucking matter, right? It's just an algo, right? Well, that's true, right? So that's why you might consider that, because you could get in there with such low risk, right? I mean, we want to buy, in this case, buy as close to where we're wrong as we possibly can. So I might use 707 here. I kind of split that distance. Because what are you counting on? You're counting on that resistance holding. So you're counting on the algo that will be there, right? We don't have to wonder about that. Now, that doesn't mean it holds, but there'll be an algo there that'll participate. If it breaks, they're going to go probably back to the dominant. So now you're looking at that going, oh, shit, I got stopped out. Well, here's a good example. Do I like it better now? Dominant to dominant, I'm at the golden zone. Why not? Can you take 2 losers in a row? Well, your risk reward here pretty good. That's almost 10 to 1. But I just took a stop here. Shit, man, I didn't like that one. I got to stop out. So I'm on the sidelines. I had a 7.5 to 1. I got stopped out, so now I wait. Well, do you want to wait? Right? Is the count done? Can you talk yourself into this being done here? Are we done here? That would be the only reason to not take that. Right? Why would you not take it? Because you're assuming that the 5 is in, right? So you're going to have to count this out pretty cleanly. Okay, I got a good 5. Because now, what is it you're anticipating next, right? You might get this bounce, but right, if we're playing Elliott ball, what are you looking for? You're looking for the C. Right, I want to be a purple belt. James, fuck, what is James now? Is he brown? Yeah, he's a brown belt, right? So, right, you're gonna play the C. He's already played that game. He had to do it 50 times and be profitable. 50 times. Not easy to get to brown. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like it wants to be there. I don't know if it is, right? So I think you got a couple of potentially relatively low-risk trades that are available to you here. Now, just how much do you like them? It's tricky when it's like this because it's not clear. This is the weakest part of it, and I'm sure James would agree. Okay, so is that... Fuck, do we really have a... 1, 2, I guess we could squeeze it in there. Well, see, this is the big down. So this has to be the low, actually, right here. Well, this is actually not a bad example because this is the kind of shit we deal with, right? So you're like, oh, fuck, is that a 5? Well, maybe I go to a 30-minute. So you're looking at that going, do I have a 5 there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you probably squeeze it in, right? I mean, it's... Yeah, you know, is it pretty? No, it's not. I got a pretty good 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I mean, these are mighty skinny, right? So 1, 2, okay, that was the first, you know, a little faith here. What was the reason to be a buyer here? Because where are the stops? If they can't get them, got to cover. Right, that's the power of the 1, 2, right? So 1, okay, this would have thrown anyone, right? There's no Elliottician who's going to be anticipating, oh, it's a B, right? You don't know it until you see the 5. Then you're like, oh, fuck, all right, I see it now. Oh, okay, it came down in a 5. So process of elimination, what else could it be? Nothing, right? It had a good start, right? As soon as you break that, right? So 1, 2, A, B, C, right? And the 5 is what locks it in for you. Right, so it's finished with a 5. Got to be an expanded B into a 5. Now I got a 5 that comes off of that. Now am I done here? 1, 2, right? Per this count, you're not done. So where's the setup? And he probably had this, and I've erased it. Okay, we're right to a 38. Oh fuck. Okay. Well, that's a little bumpy bottom down there. Nobody likes a bumpy bottom. Okay, 1, 2, oh fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B. Oh, you calling that a C? Well, could you trade it down here? You could. Oh, let's get you off. I've just been going on and on about this. Could you trade this? That's mighty deep. Do you want to trade that on the idea that it's a 1-2? Well, if you're trading it, now look, right, we're heading down. We're well through the golden zone. So I have no algo here to support me. So all I'm saying is, if I'm a buyer here, that they're not going to get those stops because that's where they are. Anything else here to lean on? Oh, that's kind of ugly. I'd probably draw it here. Looks like you got an order block here that gave me a change of character, ultimately a break of structure. So I'd look at it right here. If this comes down a little bit further, which he may have. So again, you're through the 786. Could it be a 2? Well, okay. Would you have a low risk trade? Yeah, you would. Is that the kind of trade that you want to take, right? Just because you're bored? I don't know. That's not good enough for me. If it starts to move, right? If this is a 3 and we're going into a 5, if this ends up being a 1-2, well, I'm going to know pretty quickly. Right? So first, I mean, you could take it this way. Oh, come here, right? Okay, give me the change of character. You want to be more conservative, right? What would we be leaving behind? A demand zone here, right? This would be the market structure SMC approach. We're already mitigating this, right? We've already tapped it, right? If this is the demand zone here, last down before we run up, right? We've left behind this demand zone here. Now we're tapping it twice, right? Right to the discount zone. Do you want to be a buyer off of that? Oh, you know, I mean, to some degree, you can say, oh, well, it's going down. I want to be a buyer? Well, at least, well, look here, even the short-term moving averages are pointing down. The Vegas wave is pointing, the 233 is under the Vegas wave. So there's nothing here really saying be a buyer other than, well, I'm close to the pivot. That's really all you have to lean on here. And this is not a great looking 5. Well, Jesus, can you even get it out of there? This looks like A, B. Is that a C? I mean, really, the only thing you can say here is I could enter here as close to my, I mean, pretty damn close to my stop. I mean, but $12. Do you want to take that? It's just not good enough for me. Right down here on a 30-minute. I don't like to go into swing trades. I won't, unless I'm digging out a count, I won't do a setup outside of a 60-minute. Right, it's too squirrely down there. But if I was trying to, is that a 5? Then I'll go. That's you as you see me do it, right? I'll go down and see. Is there really 5 there? Is that really a 3? Is this an? All right, this is where you gotta recognize. Okay, Elliott's not perfect. Is that a fucking 5 here to finish this count? No. All right. Well, you know, fuck. I mean, we went down to a 1 minute. Maybe I could squeeze something out of that, but really, this has to be the 4, right? Don't expect it to be perfect at every degree. What's the basic swing structure there? I mean, you can make that fly. It's not ideal. Oh fuck! What are we doing this? We're doing this. Oh, pardon me. That's not the one. Right. So that actually is the alternate count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is the 4, could we be finished? Well, what's preventing that from being finished? This 1, 2. Right. You're saying, well, that hasn't realized. Right. That's what he's saying. If that's the 1, 2, this is the completed impulse of the 3. Here's the 4. At the 38, where's the most common location for a 4, right? Between 38 and the 23, right? So there we are. So do you want to buy it? Well, the only hesitation I have here is that this is such a shitty finish. Pretty ugly. So, thus, what I would wait, if it's me, or should I have a pretty big here? I'd wait for, I want to see something break here. Now, if you're going to come back down in the 3, now I've got a pattern that looks a little bit better to me. So if I leave it right here, okay, well, this was some sort of sloppy, dump into this support here, but I got a 5 and I had change of character. So, I got a higher high. Well, I'm expecting a little retrace that would include a lower low, but it's a higher low than this. So now you can take that and say, okay, I got it. I got a pretty good handle on where I am. If we're going up for a 5, I got targets now. See, rather than come in here and go, fuck, I don't know, let's just take a flyer. To me, that's what you'd be doing there. Well, okay, it's at the 38. You're at the 233 on this side. Okay, take a flyer. If you're going to do that, at least you know your first assumption is that this is the hard pivot, right? So that this is it. So you're going to do exactly what everybody else is going to do. You're going to put your stop underneath it, on the assumption that if they can't get it, right? Oh, shorts are going to have to cover, right? If they can't get it. Now, you could talk yourself into it. There's a lot of wick rejection down here. All wicks. Well, we got a little body here. But a lot of testing, right? That's what they're doing. Oh, let's see. What happens when we come down here, what happens? Bunch of demand or a bunch of supply coming to the market? No, it's getting rejected. So you could take that trade. If you're chomping at the bit for a trade, right? You can put your pivot, your stop down here. What do you got there? There's 4 to 1. And that's just assuming you're going to go get a decent 3. You're going to come out of here. You're going to break the structure here. You're going to get a 3. Okay. Can you know, what are we talking? What have it there? 1878 to 1856. Okay, right. Most people could probably afford that. You don't have to. You don't have to use leverage. You don't have to do spot. You don't have to do a full Ethereum, right? You could take a piece of a bite here, a little appetizer. Let's see. Do I get the 3? You know, that's kind of trader's choice. Is this good enough here? A, B. Is that your finish? You know, that's kind of individual choice here, but I wouldn't risk more than that, because if it's going to go lower, I'm just going to reevaluate down here. Do I like it better? Do I get a better looking finish here? Maybe we got to work this into a WXY. Maybe this is W. We get an X, and then we come down for a Y. I just reevaluate here. But right now, it's okay. I mean, the only reason to do it is you're thinking, okay, the upgrade, right, is going to be good for Ethereum, right? So this is a reasonable spot to get in. I mean, look here, we tagged the 233 the tick. So that's kind of trader's choice, but I would not give it a lot of room. And then I would just wait and reevaluate. If we're going lower, let's see if do I like it any better, because maybe I'll just get another chance to do it down here and wait for that to come in here. And I do the same thing, because one time, right, it's going to hold. And then we're going to get the 3. Or the kick out to go get that 5, which is what he's suggesting. We got a target up here, 2140. All right, geez, I'm talkative today. Okay, so I also have Bitcoin. Can't get the bullish count, top right. If this is the true ETH count, we'll have to change. Okay, so let's see what he's doing here. Yeah, I'm with you. The Bitcoin count starting to fade a little bit. It can still kick today. Right? I'm a little surprised to see the markets moving so aggressively and Bitcoin doing nothing. Okay, so Bitcoin top right. Yeah, all right, so he's back to the same problem here. Oh, what are you giving me? A 1 hour? Let me pull back to a 4 to get some context. I'm pretty sure he and I have the same count here too. 1. Okay, so this is a little modification. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, he's acknowledging this might be overly bullish. So we got a whole lot of 1-2s here right now. Okay, right. The power of a 1-2 is not to be underestimated, but we're struggling to get a 3, right? So when you keep stacking 1-2s on, and I know James knows this, right? It gets to the point to where the potential of, if this is the 1-2, and then I have to have another 1-2 and another 1-2, and they all have to go to their 1-6-1. Well, have to, right? They're all looking to get to a 1-6-1 for a wave 3. The range of where this first 1-2 has to get starts to get stretched a little bit. So then you come back to it and you go, okay, maybe this is an A, B, 1, 2, right? So you start to rethink the count because there's too many 1-2s, right, to be realistic about where that could be going. So that's what's always in the back of my mind when I start going 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. It's just too many, right? You want that 3, right? If Elliott's going to play ball, if we're going to get good Elliott ball here, We don't want more than 3, right? I mean, you want 1, 2. You really wanted that one of these to go, but it's just not happening. So this is kind of what that's in. We're all, if you're a bull in Bitcoin, we keep filling in the blanks, right? We do this in our mind's eye. Oh, it's going higher, right? I can see it. Is it? All right. This is not a great looking start, right? It's still kind of has the feel that it could all just be corrective. Right? Could this all just be corrective? Well, how would that fit in? Oh, fuck, come here. Oh, Jesus, what did I do there? I did something crazy. Gee, I don't think I've ever done that before. It doesn't quite fit either way, because if this is a 4, it's taking way too long. Maybe a double, right? Maybe we got a W, X, Y, X, Z. Maybe something like that is happening here. What have I got here? I've got your, oh shit. So this is off the premise here that the 5 is in. Off of this 3, 4, 5. I still, let's see your other count. Top right. If this is true, ETH count will have to change. Can't get over the bullish count. So you like this. It sounds like you like, boy, that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's a lot of 1, 2s. I think there's a little bit of a hurry up and wait here for Bitcoin, because let's see, worst case here, I don't know that I can say it that way. Worst case is, well, I mean, we're gonna go down here to this one, right? And this ends up being a bigger 3. And this is all just consolidation. It feels a little, so what we can say here is there's a lot of higher highs and higher lows, right? That's what makes you think, okay, we're starting the next trend. It's the start of it. We need a catalyst here. I'm a little surprised we didn't get more off of the BlackRock news, right? That's not insignificant, but we're just not getting any legs out of here. So is there a trade in here? Take it down to a 5-minute, right? You can always find a trade. If you're looking as a swing trader here, is there enough here to go? I'm not adding to anything. Not yet. I got to have something that starts to look like a 3. Or pardon me, I should say a 3rd, because we got a lot of 3s in here. Do you have an alternate in here, James? Let's see. That's I have the same thing, right? So the thought being, right, if this is this some sort of really, really choppy 4? Yeah, this is the alternate. We're coming to a 3. This is the 4. We can't eliminate this, right? You want to. I want to. Nice tight little channel. We got to break one side or the other. What I think everybody's anticipating is we're going to come up and test all this consolidation here. Well, then we're going to have one of these is going to have a 3rd in it, right? And this starts to be less probable. Probably a dead count. Well, I hope you're right. I'm not so sure I can call it dead yet. Oh, let's see over here. Oh, that's not what I want. That's the bot. Here's the order block here. This is an 8-hour here. So we come up to the 50, the golden zone of the swing structure here. We're coming into this at 27. You're still, well, let's go down there. This is with the market structure, and this is, right, Sonar Labs, right? So if you're not familiar with them, I don't think anybody on here is, that link is directly underneath. We've partnered with them. We like we really like their indicator here for market structure. So what a nice example, right? So here, right, we get a tick below, we don't go through it, right? So the demand holds. This is how I've got it counted, 3, 4, and looking for this to play, right, to get up here. Really needs to get here to get 5 longer than 3. This is out of log. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going 1, A, B, C, A, B, C. This is the shakier part of the whole thing because it's an iffy 3. Need the A, right? I got a decent A here. Decent B. 1, 2, not great, right? But potentially an A, B. Oh, pardon me. So we need a 1, 2. We need a 3, right? That's the problem. We can't get a 5 to establish here. 1, 2, right? Where's the 3? So is this overly generous to call this an ABC into the 3? Well, it has some things going for it. If this is the 2, right, it's perfect. Not the 618. Note, not the 618. Golden zone. Right, tick to tick. Right, so you're anticipating that they're going to want that. We're going to get there, and so then you right. This is how it moves. Right, 1 follows the next. Right, so we got 2 here tapping the 50, but we're not getting the legs. Not there yet. So what do? Well, don't feel like you need to do anything. Let one of these complete. Right, this is where I'm going to start to get a little bit more bullish. If we can get this right up into this supply. Right, you can see the nice supply zone here. You're going to have to clear that fair value gap right where we came down so fast. We're going to come up to this. Okay, now I got something I recognize. Oh, leading diag. This is where James is headed. Right, he's looking, same idea. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. This is kind of an ugly start to it. Where do we invalidate? Right, so we really can't invalidate here, but if we start to come down, it's going to start to look ugly, and then people are going to start to think correction because we never got that. We never got a clean 5. You can't, right? It's tempting, right? You think, oh, maybe it's there. Well, it doesn't work because you don't have a 3. Is it there? And then 5's not longer than 3, right? So you're kind of cock blocked here on any sort of analysis that you'd have any conviction in. You just kind of hurry up and wait. Okay, well, where are you going next, right? So then I need another swing to say, oh, okay, I know what's probable. Nobody ever knows, but we can say, oh, here's something I recognize. And then it's just the same process. Okay, where's the geometry? What did the algo do last? Is there an Elliott count here that fits? Where's the supply and demand? Right, I know where the demand is. I know where the supply is. I got a smaller case down here. So you look at that and say, well, what if it did that? What if we came into that and then we popped? Would that work? Oh, I suppose you could probably talk yourself into it. You'd be thinking some sort of. Remember, we have to get up here, right? It's not optional. If we're going to call this a leading diag, well, that's going to be ugly. Is it even really a possibility, right? So how would we do that, right? So let's try and label it. If this is A and this is. You'd have to do something like this. So you'd have to be thinking that this is some sort of a oh, God damn it, come here. Some sort of expanded B wave, maybe? We're going to do that? That doesn't make a lot of sense, but I suppose we're going to go A, B, C into the... You can feel yourself going, oh, man, am I force-fitting here because I want this to go higher? That's what it feels like I'm doing right there. But where are things that I can count on? I can count on the fact that if it comes down to this zone here, there's going to be an algorithm that'll be waiting for it. That doesn't mean it's going to hold, but I know it'll be there. So all we're ever trying to do right here is tuck in behind them. Or let them have the machete. We're just going to let them clear a path. That's all you're trying to do. So that right now, nobody knows what this is yet, right? There's no way to be definitive about it. So you hurry up and wait. Let's see what happens when we get here. My view, it's not ripe. Chris NL. Okay, I bang. Chris, I think he gave us this last week, so this must be one you're in. And I remember we liked it. Yeah, we did this last week. Okay, so that's... Oh, I don't remember what the hell our conclusion. I remember liking it though. Okay, so he's got a little update on this chart I put 2 weeks ago. It looks like an ending diag for the 5th. Oh yeah, it ain't there yet though. let's see here. So there's the ABC of the 3 coming down for the 4. Okay, right. So this is much like where we are with Bitcoin, right? Is it there? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That I can live with that. Well, this is a little. Oh, he's already got it. Oh, that's okay. He's already got it. My bad. We got a little overlap. Well, okay, so there's one of those examples where you're looking at that going, oh, can I allow for a little overlap there? Well, it would need to be really fucking technical for me, right? So that's pretty good at the 50. This is a little bit of a trader's choice, right? You have even Elliott in his writings would talk about, in leveraged markets here, but he was referencing futures markets. You can get a slight overlap from the 1 to the 3, or pardon me, from the 4 to the 1. A little bit, a tick or two, nothing beyond that. A tick or two, that looks like it's 2 ticks. You got to make a call there. There's not much of a 1-2. Well, we are on an 8-hour there. It's a little bit of a trader's choice there. Unlike the 1-2 where a tick is too much. Here, it's iffy. If you're going to be a purist, if you're going to be strict, you don't count it that way. You change it, right? So I'm going to just do this on the fly, Chris, just to point it out for members, non-members, either one. Right? Does it hurt the count to change it to a diag? Well, okay, right off the bat, you got to call that a 3. Now, granted, I'm on an 8-hour. The 2 is fine. Oh, shit, here. Let's not be half-assed about it. Let's go down to a 2-hour, see if I can make that, get a 3 in there. Is there a 3 in there? Boy, you're really pushing it, right? That's really a force fit. Toughie. I think that's too much of a force fit to call that an ABC. Well, you'd have to do it this way. I mean, this is, boy, you're really stretching it here. You're just accommodating, right? So you're going, well, I have to have a 3 there, so I have to call it, so I have to do it that way. And all of that is because of that, right? That's more than 2 ticks right here. And when you get a little bit closer, you say, that's a pretty good overlap. So I'd be looking for an alternative. Is there another way that I could count that? Because what happens is this will start to compound errors because you're going to call that the 4 of an impulse. And already you can see here, oh, okay, am I going to get this 5 here to finish? Am I? Well, we don't know for sure. If I go, let's go with it, right? If I went 1, 2, 3, 4, now I'd be looking for A, B, C. Do I have that? Well, you'd have to change this. If we're going to do it as a series of 3s, you might be able to squeeze this in there. You might be able to get is that a B? Okay, well, you're going to need to get that to go. So this is going to have to be A, B, 1, 2. Fuck, it's not there. I see. See, this is what happens. You start, the count starts to fall apart. Just because of that. So so if you need A, B, I need a C. Now I could have a diag in the C. But it's not a great looking start. So how are you going to, I could go 1, 2. Well, I better get on. This better be 1, 2 of the 3. 3, 4, 5. Let's get that in something you can see. The count starts to break down if you start compromising. So then you come back and you say, well, I'm just going to call it an impulse. So the problem with that is the same thing is buying a breakout that actually goes for you, right? You're going to do it the next time too, right? And then the next time after that, I remember that Ave trade I was in that actually worked out. So, fuck that. That's a very dangerous way to, if you're going to apply, let's be very clear about this. If you're applying Elliott Wave, there are a few spots where compromising is a bad idea. It tends to compound mistakes, right? So, you don't have to trade this way, right? Let's be clear about that, right? So this is a choice you make, right? So, okay, I'm embracing this methodology because it gives me guidelines to work with. And without them, it's just chaos. So I'm going to embrace this, right? So if you're here and you're watching, to some degree, you've already embraced Elliott Wave as okay, here's a potential roadmap for where this is going to go. So places to compromise is not part of it. Right? The power of Elliott Wave is that you have these rules, right, that you follow. And that you don't improvise around. That's the power of it. As soon as you start doing this, you're not trading Elliott Wave anymore. You're trading your own creation. Now, maybe your own creation is better for you. I'm not saying it's not, but you're not trading Elliott Wave anymore. You're trading, your own concoction, right? So what would your rules be? Oh, okay. Well, I allow overlaps in wave 4s as long as they're not more than 5%. Okay. What about wave 2s? Oh, no, that's rock solid. Okay. What about impulses? Oh, well, I allow impulses. I allow overlaps in the wave 4s of the internal impulse, right? So then it compounds and compounds and compounds, and then you have something that doesn't actually resemble Elliott Wave, right? And then you lost all the power of it. So careful about those compromises. Here, I don't know, it's kind of the same thing, right? So you were looking, this looks just like Bitcoin, right? You're waiting for the 1, 2, it's not there yet. So why force a trade? Until you can see what it is. And you can say, oh, I got it, I see it. Maybe this finishes up here and you're back here looking at it, well, fuck, they did it. Maybe this is the one. God, can I even get that to work? That'd be a stretch. Pardon me, I'm not saying one. Maybe I've got a C here for a diag. That may not work. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might. Jesus, can we actually make that work, Chris? One. Do we over? No, we don't. Actually, it's possible. You got this here. 2, 3, 4, 5. As long as I didn't overlap here, which I don't think I did. A, B, C. A, B, C. A, B, C. Ugh. All right, is that a 3? It's not a great looking one, right? A, B, C. Right? Could we be done here? Could we? When it's, could be, maybe, that wasn't what I was anticipating. I wait. I don't force a trade. Why? Wait. Is that it? Well, fuck, maybe. I don't like to trade. Well, maybe that's it. I like to trade when I go, oh, fuck, man, look at that. How pretty is that perfect leading diag? I know exactly where this is. That's the trade I want, because we have, again, I keep coming back to how many cryptocurrencies do we have now? 15,000? Be picky. Okay, let me keep going here. PK with XRP. XRP gets a lot of attention. It's one of those cryptos that has a tendency to just continually disappoint. I mean, by say that per the technical analysis, it keeps wanting to do something great and just can't seem to get out of its own way. Yellow count is potential leading diag, right? So all of crypto has the same question mark, right? Is it a leading diag? Oh, let me pull out here. Let me go to an 8. Let's see what we're doing here. So, now PK, man, he's really worked on his skill set here. Also helping a lot of members, so I appreciate that, PK. I have a lot of people will DM me charts, and it'll be PK help me with this one. So I know he's helping a lot of members on his way to being what are you? At least a purple or a brown. Okay, so A. Oh, look at this good work. I think we looked at this a while back. A. Boy, this is sexy. Look at this. All right, so he's got the 5 down here. So now we're going to go W, X, Y into a triangle. So we've got an A, and he's going to, this is a lot of really tricky, Elliott. So we've got A, expand the B into the C here. So I got an A, B, C into a W, A, B, clear 5 into an X. Right, because at this point, what would you be thinking here? This would be very easy for you to be thinking, oh, okay, I got something weird here. Now I'm going up, right? Because I got the ABC. Right? As soon as that fails and you get a new low, what are you thinking? You're probably thinking ABC, right? So this just challenged you the whole way. You'd be thinking, oh, ABC, right here, I'm going to truncate the C, and now I'm going to go. Right? As I said, right? It has a tendency to disappoint. A, whew, that's good work. A, B, C, D, E to get the B here. So to get the Y of the B through a triangle in the Y. That's just, you got to really know your stuff to pull that off. That's great work, PK. Okay, 1, 2, 3. What do we got here? Doesn't look impulsive. We can be absolutely firm about that. It's exactly like Bitcoin. Where are we? Right? What is this? If this is 1, 2, and that's 3, I'll get you on there. We're looking for the 4 right there. And you see, right now, that doesn't mean that it must come down here. That's just the most probable location where we will find 4s in a leading diag. The start of the, oh, pardon me. I got the wrong pivot. Start of the 1. Well, it didn't change it much. Start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3. So I'm sure he's already checked this. I don't think I have to, but I'm going to do it just for you guys that are learning. Oh, look at that. Holy shit. See how close that is? His color's a little off, right? But so we're through the 100. Right? So he got, I know he would have done that. So we know 3 is longer than 1. So we've got a candidate for leading diag, but then, 5 has to be longer than 3. So you have this qualifier here. So again, we're back to, oh, isn't it kind of convenient to have these rules so I can't go, fuck, is it a leading diag? I don't know. What kind of looks like one. There's a requirement to it, right? That now we're back to, oh, why these rules are helpful to a trader, right? No rules, it's just chaos. Okay, 1, 2, right? It's again, same thing. Hurry up and wait. What do we get here? I personally, right? I'm watching all the same things you guys are. I'm looking at that, saying, if I get that, okay, now I know what I got. Now I know where I am. So I'm going to sit patiently. I'm not going to trade the C. I'm going to try and get the 1, 2, right? Because I'm a bull. All right, thanks, PK, and thanks for all the help you're doing in the Discord. I know a lot of members constantly tell me how much they appreciate you. Woo Wonka. Oh, man, where have you been? Woo Wonka with OP/USDT. Okay. All right.
Wonka got him a lady friend. And so
is that why? Oh, that explains everything. Funny how that happens. Well, now he's going to want to flex some of his TA chops. Oh, and he's giving us the old logo. Nice. Woo Wonka. Got a girlfriend. Oh, that's funny. I think Woo Wonka's still I think he's college age, isn't he? He might still be in school. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks good. We got a little Monty Magic here. This is one of Monty Crypto's favorite tools. So we've got a 1, right? So now waiting for that, just a simple zigzag to complete. We are in log scale. Oh, fuck, I can't remember what OP does. Let's take it out of log just out of curiosity. Do we need to be in log? Well, 40 cents to $2. It is. I don't know that you need to be just yet. I mean, that's a pretty good range. Maybe you could look at it either. It's not a dramatic difference. I'd probably stay out of log. The impulse looks better actually out of log. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So I think Woo, you could stay out of log here. I think usually the reason you're going to log is to see some. With the expansion, you can see it a little bit better. Here, I think you see it better. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 1. I think you see it better in log, so I'd stay out of log. Now you're at the golden zone here on the fan, and then here's your 786. I'm pretty yes, right. So here's the 61875, and here's the he's doing what are you doing? 746 and 768. So he's got his two ranges here for what I would call the platinum zone. Now, this far down, I don't know we need to come that far down. Okay, yeah, I like the B. Man, you really got fat bars here. Okay, so we got going up for the B, right? So does it make sense here to be a buyer? Well, okay, so what you're trying to do is get into the 3, right? So this is, I mean, many people do. We'll trade the B long, anticipating the C short. It's kind of sexy when you can pull that off, right? I've done it. It's like, for some reason, it's like throwing 3 bullseyes in darts. I know I was playing darts last weekend, so it popped into my head. It's like, okay, I might get this. Okay, I might get the 20, 20, 20, 3 bullseyes in a row. You might, right? But if your bias is to get on the long side because you like it for whatever reason, do you want to trade? Do you want to be playing the short side? I usually don't because I don't want to be rooting for this to go down. And if you're in it, that's immediately what happens. You're like, come on, crater, you piece of shit. Come on, that's what, because now, right, we're filling in the blanks here for the C. Personally, I'll let it come down here. Okay, I know where I am. So what, right? Sit with a limit order? Nope. That's it. It's not complicated. I've said it probably, I don't know, another 100,000 times in terms of how to enter the market. Why do it that way? Where's my oh, what do you have? Oh, so there's your 65. Okay, so let's use that one there. Where's my target? Nope, that's not it. $15-1. Do I know that's going to come? Of course not. But that's the setup that's there, that we're going to get to 4 cents or $4. What else could I do right there? What else would I do? Now he's doing it through FibFans. You could do it, right, which might not be a bad idea. He's going to have to change these, right, in terms of where they're going to show. So he'd be drawing that differently. But I'd have the candidate here for. Oh, here I push this off to get up there. Oh, let's do it this way. All right, so if that's the 1, 2, it could be that this is the 1. Right, the 1 of the 3. Right, it has to be 1. Right, these are not optional. Right, it has to be a 1, 2, 3. So you could trade this one, going for the 1, 2, or you could wait for the big one. Say, let this confirm. Oh, all this has to happen. Shit, it could be end of the year before that trade sets up. So it's kind of a green banana. Now, you can't eliminate, as we look at this, right, you can't eliminate the possibility that it just takes off on you. That this is the ABC, right, that, oh, fuck, something like this, right, that's it. But given the length of time here, does that seem likely? Optimism, OP, ETH2 layer, which enables ETH to scale and reduce costs. Ooh. I can't remember. Optimism, that's what it is. I think I've read something about him recently. Let's go to a 4 hour, just out of curiosity. This might be one to pay attention to, since ETH is getting all the oxygen in the room. Do we have it? Do we have a 5? Looks like we do have a pretty good 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, it's a little squishy in there. Out of log, right? One of the advantages, I like to use regression channel. Right, out of log. Okay, right. 2 standard deviations on either side. We're going down. Lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. Oh, well, at least give me a higher. No, I don't have it, right? So, right, I don't. Let's not call it before it's there. Right, that's the change of character I need. So you might anticipate, oh, right, change of character. Oh, well, what is retail going to think? Oh shit, whoa, time to get long. What's the elitician thinking? Oh shit, I'm just not ripe yet. I need to come down one more time. C's and 3s. It's a good one, right? It's a little interesting, right? On the fan, we're right into the golden zone for the A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So it looks like a good A, B, right? I suppose, right? If you want, you could look at that. You could take that trade. You don't have to give it that much room. Your assumption is here, oh, the low is in 1, 2, or pardon me, A, B, looking for the C. Is it there? Could you buy that right now? Yeah, you could if you want to trade into the B, because there's nothing that says that this can't just fly from here. Market can do whatever it wants. There's no obligation for it to. Oh, you have to complete that pattern. You can't go up until you do. No, that's not how it works. Right? Market can do whatever it wants. So there's a low risk trade right there, just sitting right there. So now, are you anticipating the 3 there? No, of course not. Right? You're not anticipating that. You're anticipating that. So is it worthwhile to take it? Is the risk worth the reward? Let's go for the golden zone. Let's be realistic about what we're after. Let's not shoot for the moon. And with that tight a stop, well, shit, there's 9 to 1. You don't need to go heavy here. You don't need to put on, 500x. It's a little bite. You're not anticipating, right? So why would you go heavy here? Oh, because I don't think it's going to be a big move. All the more why not to go heavy. You're trying to hit a single here. You're not trying to hit a home run. Just a single. Where you're trying to hit a home run is down here. Now, home run material. And not here, really, here. That's the home run ball, right? We want to trade 3s and C's. So if you're just an aggressive trader, you got a C setting up and you got a potential 3. OP, good one, Wonka. Thanks for bringing that one to the table here. This is one to get. I would have this. The same thing. It's on a B watch list, right? A couple things have to happen, but I don't want to lose track of it. Okay, thanks, Wu. Okay, so this is where we thought we were going to have one yesterday, and then we had technical difficulties. So I've got Aaron S. Aaron S. I think he's a new member. Not had a ton of time to dig into this more, but would appreciate your insights on Palantir. Thanks. One macro account. Okay, I think Aaron S. is a new member. Right? Let's see. Let's see what he's up to. Palantir. This gets a lot of press. All right. Yeah. That's pretty good work for him if he's a new member. I can't remember if he is or not. Okay. Well, this is nice work here, right? Recognizing the triangle. So, all right, kudos there. Let's take these down a little bit. So I got this. What is it, right? So that's where it just takes a little experience. Okay, can't be the triangle. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, down for the 5. So I got an A. I got a B. That's an ugly 2, but I'm with you. 1, 2. This is just my own neuroses, I guess. Right? I just like to keep the labeling at degrees consistent. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, clear 3. Right, the 4. Right? Can we miss that? Look how beautiful the median line is holding that. Oh, pardon me. I think we just have a straight channel, but it'd be the same difference. So this would be if I did, so any of you have not seen it, if I did a modified shift, right? So you see this, it's just a channel. So we'll take that off. All right, so nice work on the channel. Little throw over here. So we've got sliding parallels down here. 3, 4, 5. Looks pretty good. Now, same thing, right? We get these shitty starts here. Why? Because everything's been in a bear market, although some would tell you the indexes are now climbing out of that. Okay, so we're going to get a 1 here. Well, okay, so a little bit here. This is spirit of the swing structure, right? There's a 3. Is that really what that's a see. I don't think you can work a diag in there actually. Well, we got a little bit of a problem here. Looks like that's not long enough. Yeah, you can't work it that way. Well, let's see. How can we do this?
Aaron said sub counts are in folders for you.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's it. Is Aaron new or not? I can't. I don't recognize his name.
No, he's been here a long while.
Yeah, he just doesn't post that much. Okay, so let me. Oh, here. Let me. Let me hide that. Let's go to maybe the macro count. Oh fuck. Did that give it to me? Macro. Oh fuck. Let me go back to the daily. I think I fucked up his count. So let me take that off. Okay, so this is the C. So I want this. I think maybe I have all this. No, this is what I have. Okay, so this is the macro count. So let's fuck. This is a little tricky. Okay, so let's go. Here would be. Oh fuck, I don't have it. Okay, so let's try here.
Just make those other ones above where sub-level orange and sub-level blue, make those visible and see what he's got there on the lower time frame. Above those.
Up here?
Yeah, so he's got macro
okay,
count,
I got it. Okay, I got it.
Sub-level orange and sub-level blue.
Oh, I didn't see that I could make them all. Okay, I got it now. Okay, good. All right, so now we're in sync. Okay, so now here's the tricky bit. Okay, well, that's pretty sexy. Okay, so he's going to go into an expanded B. Okay, I see how he's getting it done. All right, so let's look here. Okay, we're good. So that is, he's going with the impulse there. Okay, let's go down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can live with that. 4, expanding diag to finish. All right, you got a little. Well, 5's longer than 3, 3 longer than 1. So you have all the conditions here. So you've essentially got it. Oh, I'm going to guess there's probably more in there. Kind of looking like that. There's a little overthrow here. 2, 3, 4 gets her done. So we got a candidate for a 1 here. Looking for the 2. Okay, now this is looking better. Okay, so I'm going to guess he's got this in a folder somewhere. Okay, so can we come in here? Actually, I like the way you counted this. That's pretty good here. So is that A, B, C? Well, we can't really. Is that a B? Oh, yeah, maybe. This is a waterfall, right? So we'd call that impulsive. This, well, what can we do here? Are we far enough here? You'd rather that we're not the B. You'd rather see it a little bit more like this. Again, market's not obligated to do anything. That's a little bit hurry up and wait there. It's not enough by itself, considering how long this took for this to be the correction. Again, could be, but if you're playing the odds are that this needs either another kick up before it heads down, or if we're going to roll over here, that this is basically we've got drop, base, and then you'd look for drop after that, right? It's pretty common for the market to do that. Drop, base. Oh, what's happening? Oh, consolidation. Who's gonna be the aggressor here? Bulls or bears? The pattern would suggest more down here to correct it, right? Get into that zone between the 50 and the 618. Why do we want to wait for that? Because we want to get in behind an algo. If we can, that's not going to be great structure for a set of median lines, because it's going to be too skinny here. Even at original recipe, a little skinny, but I would put it on, right, just as a guideline. So it's good work, Aaron S. God damn it, I just haven't seen you on the live stream. I like the 5. I like the 5, actually. I'm actually glad you did that, because I was heading off in another direction. Okay, so we've got 1 waiting for the 2. Same thing. I wouldn't just be sitting down here buying it. I'd wait for the reaction. Give me a reaction. Okay. Stops under this. Wait, this likely the one of the three. So your three, you got to target way up here. But just the basic premise of, okay, I had a swing here, it took a certain amount of time. Are we going to be done here? Anything's possible. More likely, right? It kind of comes in like that. That's what you hope, because then you've got something you recognize. Again, my view is why not be incredibly picky about your choices of where you put money at risk? Think of it that way, not where you're going to make money, where you're going to put money at risk. Boy, if you think of it that way, rather than, oh man, look at all the upside potential here in Palantir. Yeah. Okay. Do you like it enough to put money at risk? Every time you get in the market, right, you risk losing money. Do you like it that much? Not the upside. Do you like the setup that's sitting right here, on whether a daily or an 8 hour or 4? Do you like it enough to risk your capital? To me, that's not ripe yet. So that goes green banana folder. But thanks, Aaron, for that. I appreciate it. Okay, George is bringing me another Bitcoin. Okay. Well, I'll remember you now, Aaron S. I remember S coming back to me. I just haven't seen you in the live stream, so that's why I was hesitant. Okay, Bitcoin on a 1 hour. General thoughts on this? Well, well, it's kind of running into what James had posted for us. Let's go out to a 4. Certainly, right? That was the alternate that we looked at. Is this A, B, C? And this is, oh shit, right? You've got all this imbalance here. All of this just being kind of filled in. And you guys get the premise there. The assumption is, whoa, look how fast that went down. So when we come back here, did everybody get filled? Right? So you know, right? There are probably orders right there. Both stops as well. This went far enough. That's not a stop run, right? This is aggressive selling. All right. So I'd use the dominant first just to see where I am, right to the 50. I'm right on that. Oh, just because it's sitting right there, right? Why, right? There's a good example, right? That is not supply. That is potentially resistance, right? It's just resistance is just a point on the chart, right, where the market reacted. That's different than a supply or a demand zone. But could that hold it? Sure could. Well, then you got to think, okay, well, wait a minute. What does that do to the count? Well, oh shit. I think you got to this Bitcoin's a pain in the ass here, because come here. You don't have it. It's not good really anywhere. So if you look at it, come here. First question is, where's the 1? Where's the 2? Or let me rephrase that. Where's the 2? It looks like I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Is it perfect? No. But the swing structure suggests that that's likely your 1, because then here's the only candidate I have for a 2. Because the alternate would be that this is the 2. So because this is the deeper retracement, I think you look at that and say, okay, there's my 2. Okay, so let's label it. Right? This is what we're all doing the same. This actually could be an expanded. Right? So let's go 1, 2 there. Right? Either way, that's the 2. Sure looks like this waterfall would be the 3, right? Certainly looks impulsive, and you can dig the count out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So is it there? This is probably a diag. Oh fuck, come here down here. This is probably a diag, a squishy diag that comes down here into this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You may even have to truncate that 5th. Likely that's the 1. Here's the 2. 3. You can make a stronger case. To me, this just looks like the completed impulse. Fuck. People calling me. So okay, then you got to put it together and say, well, does that make sense? Well, if so, what's the bear seeing, right? Remember, we all fill in the blanks, right, based on our bias. Is the bear seeing this? What is it they're seeing? 2 to the 4 to the 3. It doesn't look right. It doesn't. It just doesn't, right? So, I mean, could it be that? Yeah, of course it could be. Okay, if this, let's go here and we went expand the B into the 2. Okay, so this is the 3. Well, I guess you could make a case for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, fuck you. Come here. You can make a case for that. Is it great? No, it's not great. 3. So what's the first thing that your eye should look at there and go, oh, I don't know about that. 2 to 4. I'm just using length of time here. Right, this tiny little squirt here, that 2 relative to this grinding. This is going to be a W, X, Y, X, Z into the 4. Well, again, certainly possible. I just think this again, this is all we've got right now is I think that looks like a completed impulse. But we don't have enough juice here to say, oh, it's a 1. I can't, so we're stuck in the can't eliminate the 4. Fuck, we're still stuck in this could be the 4 at the larger degree, right? We still could be going 4 or 5. So what is this? Nobody knows yet. What George has posted up here is perfectly valid, but it doesn't quite play as well with what's come before it, which is the whole point of Elliott Wave, is right, putting something in context. This still, to me, right, this is my eye. I see a 3. Oh, fuck. Well, you get my drift there. That thing is always sticky on the mouse. That looks like a 3. Which is why you take this out to the larger degree. You still can't be definitive if this is, what is it, right? So if this is the 5, that's an ABC. If this is the 3 and we went A, B, C, or pardon me, W, X, Y, right? I got a pivot down here. If this is the 1 of the completes the impulse, I got an ABC, I got a zigzag. Why be bearish? Because we can't quite complete the impulse yet. It's not, or pardon me, the diag is not. Even if we relabeled it here, the way he's got it. Here, let's take this off. Let's see if I can do it. Can we get this as a 1, 2? You can't. Maybe we can do it this way. 1, 2 is all I can think of, right? That you had some sort of a 1. So if we went 1, 2, so we've widened it out, so taking more time. Rather than go ABC, ABC, let's go 1, 2. Well, can't be 3, but it sure can be 1 of 3. Now, again, right, this is a little Elliott nuance. You'd prefer this to be a leading diag, not a contracting diag. That's what you'd prefer, right? If we're going to go, if this is 1, 2, let's take it up a degree. Right? If this is 1, 2, and this is 1, oh, I'd rather have a leading, not a contracting. But if we come down here, let's just play it out. If that complete, right? If we're done here, 1, 2. Right now, because my 3, 4, and 5 is all much higher. So let's put that in context, all right? So if this is 1, right, it's not really the one we want because it's contracting, but it wouldn't be a deal killer. Oh shit! Here, let's just get them in the appropriate degree. Okay, what's wrong with it? Often, right, that's the first question you ask yourself, right? Okay, if I pull up a count, why not? What's wrong with it? Let's finish it. Expand the B, A, B, C, 1, 2. What's the cornerstone of that analysis, right? Just as I was suggesting, the cornerstone of all of that is that this looks like a completed impulse to me. There's the 2. So now the 2 and the 4 aren't as dramatic right? They're not perfect. I still have more time here, but I've got this kind of, you'd call this flat, right? We wouldn't call it sharp, right? So you'd call this more of a sideways two. This is kind of similar, except we don't get the expanded B. But at least the relationship, the wave structure looks better here to be done down here. Not to mention, if I'm not mistaken, let me check me here on this. Yeah, here's our 3. We went just past the 1. I'm thinking. Let's keep it in arithmetic here. So we're a little bit past the 1618, 175, but that's a pretty good. And this certainly looks like a 3, 4. Here's what I'm quite sure it's not. Right? I should catch myself. 3, 4, 5. I think that's the least likely. So why are we so reluctant to get bullish? Right? Well, you know, media been burned before. God damn it, I can't get it off of there. Right, we're reluctant to get bullish there. Oh fuck, man, it's not the impulse that I wanted. But if I'm just okay, it's not the impulse that I wanted. Well, what did you want? I wanted a 1, 2, 3, right? I wanted you to make it easy for me. Well, Bitcoin almost never makes it easy for you. So is it what? Okay, I still need a 1. Why can't that be my 1? No reason, right? We have to have a 1. So now we're back to, oh, I wanted a leading, not a contracting. Just as I were, oh fuck, let's see, did we get it? If this is the start of the 1, and that's the 3, right? I didn't get a 50, which I would have preferred, but I got this. I got it from here, swing. I'm not quite there yet. Did it run into this resistance? Look how close that's going to be, right? We could have one more kick here. Well, let's wait a second. Is that right? So the bigger problem was, fuck, it's an 8-hour here. Is that a 3? Right? That's the struggle here, right? Nothing is perfect. Is that really a 3? Well, you can probably live with that better than you live with this. So then, right, the alternate is, oh, wait a minute, maybe that's the 3. A, B, C. A, B, C, right? So this would be potentially the 4 going in here. So you'd be back to, well, it looks to me like 1 would be the longest. I have to check it, right? That's what we measure, right? So we'd be back to a contracting diag. Potential for this to come lower because we're looking for the 50, right? So all of these are very much in play. If that's the 3, why can't it be the 3? A, B, C. Oh, is that a good C? Well, it's not a great C. There's no reason to rush into anything, right? That would be over here. Why? We don't know what it is. There's no way to no. I absolutely, definitively, I can tell you nobody knows what it is. Now, there may be a whole lot of people think they know what it is, but nobody knows. I sure as hell don't. There's no Elliottian that can say definitively that it's this. You can guess, make an educated guess, which is all you're doing, right? Based on the pattern, I propose that it's this. Okay, well, that's fine, right? So trade what you see. But can we be definitive about it? Absolutely not. So it needs more reveal, right? Don't trade just because you feel like, I'm a trader, I got to do something. That's the same thing. I let that cook. Okay, last one here. CN Salazar. CN, what are you giving me? Velo 3D. Okay, so let's get Velo 3D. Velo 3D is our last one here, and we'll wrap it up. Okay, Velo 3D. Okay, this looks interesting. I'm going to hide that. Okay, well, first thing I got to do is pull out a little bit and see where we are. Whew, it's hard to argue with the zigzag there. Well, it looks like a pretty solid A, B, C. You gave it to me in a 4-hour CN? Okay. Pretty good. Not using log since less than, right. So he has a rule that he uses, right? So less than 400%, so I stay in arithmetic, right? So that's good example, right? It's a good trader. Okay, so I've got a clear, okay, is that my 2? Well, that's a little skinny, but we got just shy of the 1618, so that sure looks like a 4. Now, this is mighty skinny for a 4, but let's see, we're on an 8-hour. Looks a little better there. Boy, somebody, earnings? Oh, that's likely earnings related. Somebody got bent over there, or somebody got the fill of a lifetime right there, right into, there's a big fair value gap there. Okay, does that work? We got a 1, 2. You know, it looks to me, CN, like one of the possibilities here is that we don't have the 3 is not done yet. Let's consider that. Oh, I guess we'd have to do it that way. Let's come down 1. Looks like you might have. Well, let's just check the range. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like that could be, is it a 50? Yeah, you got a 50. Looking for that 5. So that's what I see, CN. I think you can be more optimistic there. Get a good 5 out of that. And I think at that point you'd well, let's measure it, right? If this is the 1, this is the 2. And we're going to blow through this. Now you're thinking some of these upper 200, 227. All right, for the big kicker, you get a 2618, which is they will at times go farther than that, but that's pretty good rip. If it goes 2618, the length of the 1 from the 2, I think you got at least one more kick in that. Why not? Why be thinking that it's done? I don't think I would. Well, let's. Right, what's the next thing you got to do, right? We know there's an algo on both sides, right? So you got to pay attention to the sell side algo. What are they doing, right? Again, it's not somebody sitting there. It's just a piece of software sitting there. What's it going to do, right? It's going to start selling there. It's going to keep selling until it gets on the other side of that. Oh, you got your order blocks on here. So it's creating a sell side order block. Might take that down. Got one down here. Just out of curiosity to see how technically this traded. Kind of in between there. So nothing really. This is just something bad happened there. You're out of log. It's going to be a mighty tight channel. Yeah, I don't see any reason to think that the 3 is in. Well, I know why you were thinking it, right, with the 1618, but I think you could be a little more optimistic there. Right, because the subdivision, here's your 5, right? So you got to go 1, 2. There's very impulsive. There's a clear 3. I think you got one more there. And you're gonna have an order block up here. Right there. I would use that one. Right, last little kicker up before the massive move. You got resistance above. You may not get through that, right? So if you're going to kick up to the 5, right, maybe you get it there. Gives you the 5 or the 3. You run into the sell side algo, kicks you down to the 4. If that completes, okay, let's play that all the way out. That you're looking for the 4 now with a target down here. Looking for your 4 right around here. So prior 3, 4 down a degree, you might get that in that range, right? 38 to the 23. Then you're just looking for that to complete the impulse off of the low. What's next, right? Then same thing. It starts all over again. A, B, C. Big three. Okay, there we go, guys. All right, appreciate all you guys posting. Thanks for all the content. Sorry about the mix-up yesterday. We think we got that sorted out. We actually don't know why it wasn't working and what we did differently. We changed a couple of. Basically, it was like turn it off and turn it on. That's all we did. All right, so wow, 354 people watching. That's unusual. Okay, well, I will wrap it up here. Do we have anything else to tell them?
No, we're good.
Other than that, if you're on Telegram and you see Trade Devils in our logo, that's not us, right? That's just somebody scamming, right? I'd like to think that all you guys, anyone watching, anyone studying here, would recognize that the shit that is being shilled on that Telegram channel with our logo and our brand is
not one chart is shared. Just send me your money, I'll trade it and give you money back.
Yeah,
so.
But they're using our name and our logo. Right now, we've reported them to Telegram, but who fucking knows if anything happens there? But I'd like to think, don't be that dumb, right? Nobody here's that dumb, right? You're not going to send somebody money and say, "Oh, make me millions." Oh, but you could feel good about it because there's lots of pictures of people holding their checks. Oh man, people can be really dumb. Okay, guys, I guess we'll wrap it up there. And sorry again for the mix-up here, but we'll be back. Oh wait, are you on for tomorrow?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Okay, right. His schedule is a little flexy, but if you miss the live stream, you'll always be able to catch it on the post. And lots of people doing really well with his set of tools. Okay, so you guys, I'll wrap it up here. Have a good day, guys. Appreciate it. We always hope you got a little nugget, a little kernel, something you could use in your own trading here out of this. Thanks to all the guys. I got Aaron S. He's like, what? How could you not remember me?